Thank you. So this is how the other half lives. A while back, Hannah and I were driving around out in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico. And there was this car coming at us. And as it went by, we noticed it was this old beat-up wreck of a car. And it was towing another old beat-up wreck of a car. A few minutes went by and an old minivan came by towing another minivan. It was the craziest thing, but this went on for a good hour. It was just cars after cars. Finally looked over at Hannah and I said, you know, that's my life story right there. One old wreck towing another. Well, you know, thinking about this, I began to realize that this was actually a perfect metaphor for my early years, way before I met Hannah. I have an interesting history with cars. I was actually born in a car on the corner of East Colfax and Peoria in Denver. That should give you a little insight into my childhood. And I owned 8 cars from the age of 16 to 25. My first car was a 61 Chevy Biscayne. It had a short in the steering wheel, so every time I'd make a left-hand turn, the horn would honk. Just like that. Had a yellow VW Bug with a prolific gas leak. So I'd carry a little coffee can with me everywhere I'd go. When I'd stop, I'd put the can under the leak. When I'd come back, I'd pour the gas back in, and away I'd go. But my favorite of all those old cars was a Volvo wagon. And it was my favorite because it wouldn't start unless the passenger would lift their butt off the seat. I'm serious. Imagine explaining that on a first date. And I was like, anyway, I had to write a tune about those cars, so this is called One Old Wreck. I got the first car when I was 16, a rusty old Chevy, a seafoam green. Up on blocks, no battery, did not matter, was a Cadillac to me. I was one old wreck towing another. A lot of baggage and back just waiting to be discovered. Living on the edge, into the curve, what a thrill. Doing my best not to become roadkill. She was sweet 16 and built real nice. 4 on the floor with bright headlights. She was so much better than my old scooter, a 66 Plymouth Barracuda. Every once in a while, get her to go farther, had to take out my hammer and smack her on the starter. I was one old wreck towing another. A lot of baggage and back just waiting to be discovered. Living on the edge, into the curves, what a thrill. Doing my best not to become roadkill. Pick a joke, okay. Well, I had an old Volvo, was pretty sweet. It would not start till the passenger would lift their butt off the seat. So I called Click and Clack and asked, what should I do? Said, just relax, enjoy the rear view. I was one old wreck towing another. You can't make this stuff up. A lot of baggage and back just waiting to be discovered. Living on the edge, into the curves, what a thrill. Doing my best not to become, doing my best to have a little fun. I'm a middle-aged man in my new minivan, doing my best not to become roadkill. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.